Welcome to Braves Country Radio. We are excited to bring you a brand new season, your home for the classic call.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight in the mix win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. They'll come for reasons they can't even fathom. Not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children longing for the past. Sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines. Back when they were children, cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick, they'll have to brush them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers, and erased like a blackboard. rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good. And it could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have, and the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Braves coming. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff.
I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You're trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
Is this not America? Is baseball not?
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. Oliver Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball! Welcome in, y'all. Good old-fashioned rubber match between the Phillies and the Cardinals. And for you Braves fans, Atlanta's magic number is 34, so if Philly were to lose today, it would drop to 33. Braves win tonight, it would be 32, and so on and so forth. Cardinals are wearing their home whites, top to bottom, as we wait for the 3D to kick in. I believe we do have it. Yes, sir, it is baseball time in St. Louis, Missouri, and the first pitch is swung on and fouled down the line. It's 0-1. Kyle Schwarber, the batter. Leahy on the mound. More on them in a minute. The 0-1 pitch, high and out of the zone, 1-1. 1 through 9 for your Philadelphia Philly fans out there. It's Schwarber, Turner, Harper, and Arias. Stott batting 5th, Marsh batting 6th. He's in left field. Down and in, 2-1. Real Muto's behind the plate batting 7th. Bohm at first batting 8th. And Crawford batting 9th. He is in center field. Left to right across the outfield for the Cardinals is the 2-1 pitch. Schwarber digs in. Swing! That ball's belted high and foul. Well out of play. 2-2. Left to right across the outfield for the Cardinals, it's Furman, Church, and Walker around the horn. Third to first, Prieto, Wynn, Witherholt, and Burleson. Is the 2-2 off the plate. Changeup misses, 3-2. Crooks is behind the plate, and of course Leahy is on the bump. What you'll get from Leahy is a 6-pitch mix. The payoff pitch. Caught, looking strike 3. Buckled the knees with the changeup in the top corner, and there's one away. It's a 4-seam fastball 27% of the time, curveball 17%, slider 16%, and a changeup 14%. Sweeper at 13%, sinker at 13%. So when I call guys a kitchen sinker, this guy's a true kitchen sinker. He throws everything but the kitchen sink at you, and all pitches he uses regularly. First pitch is a 4-seam fastball upstairs to Trey Turner, batting .249 on the year, 17 home runs. It's 1-0. Of course, Matt Olson moved in to a tie with Kyle Schwarber last night for 35 home runs on the year for Braves and Philly fans out there. May not be paying attention to that. 1-0 down and away, ball to 2-0. 2-0 count, beautiful day here in St. Louis. 96 degrees at first pitch. The 2-0 swing and a miss. 2-1. The wind is blowing out to center field at about 10 miles an hour to start the game. We'll keep an eye on that, but though you have a pretty good pitching matchup, it could lead to a high-scoring ball game. The 2-1 pitch spins him around inside. Gets him off the plate a little bit, but now it is 3-1. Phillies nothing, Cardinals nothing. Just getting going here, top of the first. The 3-1 swing and a miss. Sinker in on the hands, and it's a full count. And this Leahy works pretty quickly. The payoff pitch, swing, lifted. High out to right field. Jordan Walker's underneath it. You can put that down as an F9 your scorecard. 2 down. So 2 up, 2 down. Bryce Harper, the batter. First pitch to Harper. Changeup upstairs. Misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0. Turns and kicks. Changeup well off the plate. Ball 2-0. Bryce Harper just recently went back to the outfield after the trade deadline, which put Arias at second. It moved Bohm over to first and Stott to third. There's the pitch right there on the outer edge, 2-1. Been kind of keeping an eye on it, but my first thought was, man, you're changing a lot of pieces in the defense as 2-1 down and in 3-1. Positions they've played before, but you're talking about moving guys out of their comfort zone in the middle of a playoff chase, and you've seen some bad defensive gaffes already. The 3-1 right down the pipe, 3-2. But for folks that will push back on it, rightfully so, honest engine, Dombrowski does not pay attention to defense. He signs teams for their bats. The payoff pitch, caught, looking strike 3, punched him out at the bottom of the zone. That'll end the inning. Harper's going to challenge it, but I'm almost 1,000% he's going to be wrong. We'll wait. That ball got all the zone. Let's see how it rings up. Yes, sir. Wrong. We'll be back in a flash.
Wrong.
Roll call.
Wrong. You're wrong.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call. Yeah. Roll call.
You're in Braves country.
Good to see you, Iron Lung. Rebecca. Star Wars. Good to see you, bud. Still think your Phillies make the postseason. Sleepy Toe. Richard Talley. Bugasaurus, good to see you. James Ray. I'm going to assume that's user error. Chop Shop. Ben Gamblin. Tim Panel, good to see you. I get confused on which Tim is Tim. We have 2 Tim Panels. I'm confused on which one it is because I think the original one, the OG Tim Panel, changes his profile pic. But regardless, that's pretty common, Iron Lung. If you pay attention to other streams, like bigger streams, the percentages that's pretty common. You old heads don't pay attention to it. We do. First pitch on the way is high and out of the zone, 4-seam fastball. And Zach Wheeler takes it for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. You would think, is the 1-0 upstairs for a strike? 1-1. Everybody would come in, but they don't. I have to stay on my own rear about it when I go into different lives. I try to make sure it's the first thing that I do. Lives and videos in general on YouTube. Pitch right there at the knees, 1-1. Weatherholt's challenging this. Are you kidding me? Well, that'll be another one out the gate.
Wrong.
That ball was 2 inches above the knees and 3 inches in. That is a terrible. That's a Ronald Acuna challenge is what that is. The 1-2. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. Strike 3. Sit down, son. Go learn the strike zone. 1 away. I know he's a rookie, but my God, that was a terrible. And it's your first at bat of the game for your team. Nobody on, nobody out, and that is bad. Yes, knitting lives. Well, I can't get into the football lives, Iron Lung, because you're always taking up all the space in there, so you're always elbowing me out. First pitch on the way is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Aren't you so happy, Mr. Iron Lung? Football returns in full force this weekend. Practice football, but I'm talking about practice. The 0-1 count. High and inside. 1-1. The 1-1 count, nothing your score. So this thing with Zach Wheeler is pretty funny as the 1-1 misses down and in. 2-1. For those of y'all who missed it, and I mean, it's not like it was a national story, but the Phillies pregame's ticked off about it, even though they're trying to act like it's not a big deal, as the 2-1s fouled back 2-2. So I guess Wheeler's last start against the Toronto Blue Jays, they were yelling at him and yelling at the umpire to check him as the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Curveball, strike 3. 2 down. And it all has to do with his delivery. If anybody who knows the game of baseball, you know your foot has to be connected to the rubber as you're in the middle of your windup as it begins, the stretch. However, and they were claiming that he goes so far over, if you're looking from home plate, he goes so far over to the right as the first pitch to Burleson is smoked down the first base line but foul. It's 0-1. That his toe is barely touching the very right corner of the rubber, if that makes sense. But they believe that he wasn't touching it, and so anyways, they're going back and forth, and Wheeler said that, he stood on the fact that he's always done it that way and that he's not, is the 0-1 swing and miss 0-2. He's not breaking any rules. Toronto's saying that he did, that the foot is coming off the rubber before the one, and they're showing the replays, and most of them he is keeping contact as the 0-2 up and in 1-2. But you can make an argument that there were some that they showed you couldn't quite tell, but it really was just gamesmanship. And they said it didn't affect him, but the Blue Jays rocked him. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. So keep that in your craw, because when we face the Phillies, we face Wheeler, the Braves ought to be doing the same. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the second we go, 0-0.
All right, you're going to head down Thurber all the way to the stop sign, and then you're going to get onto Willett.
I do live here, but I don't know a single street name in this development. I know the street that I live on, and then any street off of that means nothing to me.
Head north.
Okay, immediately, no. I don't know where north is.
Northwest.
Just give me the address, then I'll type it into my phone.
You got a map?
No, I don't have a paper map.
You have one of those giant maps I could unfurl and point?
I have a map on my phone.
Do you have a globe? You're going to go south on North Street. And then it's going to be 2,000 more meters, and you're there.
Why are you doing meters? Also, again, with the cardinal directions.
Wind is strong, so I would stay off 480.
I'm not driving a boat.
You're going to want to avoid 34. There's going to be traffic.
Avoid the highway?
It's going to be quicker, but you're going to want to avoid it.
Okay, so I punched that in, and the directions are telling me to go a completely opposite way.
That's probably going to take you on like 480.
Yeah.
Nah, you can't trust that.
Why do you not trust your phone with navigation? All of your emails are spam, and you respond to all of them. You trust it then, but you choose not to when it's with no. Do not come in the car.
I'm going to print out the 8-page directions on MapQuest for you. I'll be right back.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Ted Williams, when he passed away, parts of his family claimed that he wanted to be put into a state of biostasis through being cryogenically frozen. So, surgeons decapitated Williams, froze his body in a giant cylinder, and froze his head in a steel can. This was done with the hope that one day he could be revived from the dead.
August 3rd, 1903. To the editor, it makes sense to teach a child to play chess. But what is the point of a crazy game like baseball? Here in educated America, adults play baseball. They run after a leather ball like children. I want my boy to grow up to be a mensch, not a wild American runner.
Dear son,
Let your boy play baseball and play it well, so long as it does not interfere with his education or get him into bad company. Let us not so raise the children that they should grow up foreigners in their own birthplace.
We go back to the top of the second. First pitch from Kyle Leahy. Misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Drops the slider on the outer edge. 1-1. Dan Iasona is your home plate umpire. DJ Rayburn is at first. Louis Kruppa, which we have not seen, is the second base umpire. And Adam Beck is at third. The 1-1 pitch swing. Lifted out to left field, but that's going to be an F7. One away. Most people believe the reason why he does that, I'm talking about Wheeler, he does it majority to right-handed batters. He slides a little back over to a left-handed batter, but during he's facing right-handed batters. There's a pitch right there for slider inside on one. It's to make that sinker even more of a wipeout and really keep himself away from the barrel of the right-handed bat. The 0-1 swing and a miss. It's 0-2. But that's just that's honestly just gamesmanship in baseball. Now, one way you can change that is whoever's yelling, you plunk the guy the next time he comes up right in the ribs. As Pedro Martinez would say, give him an old rib sandwich. The 0-2 pitch, sweeper, bangs it down the third base line. But it was funny how dismissive and matter of fact the Phillies pregame shows the 0-2 just misses outside, went with the changeup there, 1-2. 1-2 count. They were saying that it wouldn't affect a veteran like Wheeler, et cetera, but he did get lit up. The 1-2 curveball in, 2-2 for his standards. 2-2 count. So you can say it didn't have an effect on him, but the proof was in the pudding. The 2-2 swing, fouls it back. And they had the audio of it where they were showing the video of him sliding off the rubber, but in the background you could hear them yelling. I'll tell you what, it was pretty distracting, the 2-2. 3-2. Like every time he would start his wind-up, you would hear, hey, whoa, what's he doing? I mean, if I'm Wheeler at one point, I'm just turning around and whistling one to the dugout. The 3-2 pitch. That one's fouled away. So a full count. Brings it, swing, slaps it up the middle, and that's going to be in between what is now the 6-5 hole, but it was the traditional spot where a shortstop would be. And it's a one-out single for the Philadelphia Phillies. So 1 on, 1 out. Infield playing double play depth and to the right. First pitch is high and out of the zone. Brandon Marsh, Captain Caveman, takes it off the plate. It's 1-0. The 1-0. I can't see photos as well on this Tim. The 1-0 pitch. Shovels it to second base as the ball's hit up the middle, and it's going to be a 4-6 put out. And they're saying they turned the double play, but Don Mattingly wants to see if he wants to challenge this. So right now it's a 4-6-3, and he does not want to challenge it. So it's an inning-ending, rally-killing double play. Cardinals grab the bats when we return.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Almost Good Beer. Remember, Ed's Almost Good Beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. How did Mariano Rivera accidentally save the life of one of his teammates? In the 2001 World Series, the Yankees had a 1-run lead against the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the ninth. But in Mariano's second inning of relief, he gave up an RBI double to Tony Womack and a walk-off single to Luis Gonzalez. The planned victory parade in New York was canceled, which meant a change of plans for infielder Enrique Wilson. He was scheduled to leave for his home country of the Dominican Republic 8 days after the World Series, but because the Yankees lost, he moved up his flight a few days. His original plane was American Airlines Flight 587, which ended up crashing and causing the deaths of 265 people. The next year, Rivera talked to Wilson in spring training and told him, "I am glad we lost the World Series because it means that I still have a friend."
My mother always said that she loved to go to church, but not to hear the preacher. She could read her Bible at home, but she could only be in church. And baseball has some of that same sense of peace that has nothing to do with ideology, but simply with ritual, familiarity, small truths, sort of lessons of the day that we're familiar with before, but may get a little more light on them that day.
They showed the replay, and he definitely got him. It was a close play, but Don Mattingly did the smart thing and did not challenge that. Righty-righty matchup as we start the bottom of the second. The first pitch, swing and a miss. Jordan Walker, your batter. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Right there at the knees. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Swing. Knocks it off the glove of Bohm. Bohm fires it to first, but it will not be in time. I'm assuming that's going to be an error, but we'll wait for the official call. But nonetheless, it's an infield. We'll call it a single for argument's sake. The ball was scalded, but still a play that a first baseman should make, and they did give it an error. So E3 if you're scoring at home. This is what I was talking about at the top of the show. They moved a lot of pieces around defensively, thinking, like, to me, Dombrowski, no matter where he's been, even before Philly, he was at Detroit, et cetera, he's always treated his baseball team like a slow-pitch softball team. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch upstairs. Called for a strike, it's 0-1. That one did not look like it was a strike, but remember, they've already burned one challenge. The 0-1 pitch, runner goes. That pitch looked like a strike. It's a high throw, so it will be a stolen base. And we'll see what they did call it a strike. So no repeat of the Smurf Elder incident. In Star Wars, he still hasn't touched home plate on that Sunday night. If you know, you know. The pitch misses outside, it's 1-2. I think he gets a lot of grief. I don't think he's nearly as bad as Philly fans complain about him, but they do not like Bohm. I do know that. The 1-2 pitch swing knocks it down the left field line, and that's down for a base hit. One run will score as it comes around. The throw comes into the infield, and it's going to be an RBI double for the St. Louis Cardinals. Slicing hit down the line, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. By Nathan Church. That'll bring Mason Wynn to the plate. First at bat, batting .245 on the year. The first pitch is right there at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Phillies challenged. Oh, he did not give that a... Good Lord. I just assumed it was a strike. They called it a ball, but it was corrected on JT Realmuto's challenge. The 0-1 pitch misses 1-1. And he's missing some really bad calls. Dan Iasona, he's never been one of our favorites, but there comes a point where it's damn near comical. The 1-1 pitch down below the knees, 2-1. Wynn batting .245, .649 OPS. 4 home runs on the year. The infield playing back into the left. Huge hole on the right side between first and second. The 2-1 pitch. Upstairs, good sinker. 2-2. On deck is Prieto. In the hole is Furman. The 2-2. Curveball misses. 3-2. Wynn steps out of the box, takes his time out on a full count. The payoff pitch, Wheeler looks in. Comes set and brings it. Caught looking, strike 3, 4-seamer at the bottom corner, and there's one away. If you're facing Zach Wheeler with 2 strikes, I think that was actually the sinker. They had 4-seamer on the screen. That looked like the sinker. You got to be sitting on the hard stuff and adjust to any off-speed pitch he throws. You can't be caught by surprise when he hits you with the sinker on the outer edge. Righty-lefty inside Prieto, the batter. It's 1-0. 1-0. Turns and kicks. Spins around. Runs the back to first. The 1-0 pitch, swing. Chops it on the ground over to second, and that's going to be a 4-3 put out. The runner will make it down to third, but there's 2 away. That's what they were looking for when Wynn was at the plate, a productive out. But instead, the infield can still play back with 2 outs. And it'll be up to Jose Furman to keep the line moving. Crooks is on deck, the number 9 hitter. St. Louis leads it 1-0. The first pitch takes a sweeper at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1 count. Kicks and fires. Sinker below the knees. 1-1. Game 1 of our doubleheader tonight. Braves versus Mets, 7:15 first pitch. We'll get our second look at Tyler Mahle and see how he performs on normal rest. The 1-1 pitch, swing, Rolls it up the middle. Scooped over there at third. Stott, a low throw, 3 bouncer, but Bohm grabs it, and that'll end the inning. St. Louis puts 1 on the board. They lead it 1-0. We go to the top of the third. Phillies turn when we return.
What did you say to your old teammates at the end there when you were standing in front of the bench?
Take their ass home. Long flight to LA. Take y'all ass home.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. How were blue check marks on Twitter partially caused by a baseball manager? Hall of Famer Tony La Russa, when he was managing the Cardinals in 2009, a La Russa impersonator posted something on Twitter that made Tony pretty mad. The troll tweeted, "Lost 2 out of 3, but we made it out of Chicago without 1 drunk driving incident or dead pitcher." The tweet referenced La Russa's DUIs, as well as Darryl Kyle and Josh Hancock, who were 2 Cardinals pitchers who had recently died. The tweet was very offensive, and La Russa, who actually has a law degree, ended up suing Twitter. The case was eventually dropped, but as a result, Twitter introduced verification badges to make sure that the accounts with them were genuine.
It all starts with just one thing. Get to know your local beekeeper. You can make sure they don't use chemicals in the hive, that they only sell surplus honey, plus locally produced honeys have a smaller carbon footprint. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
In 1900, the Giants had taken a huge risk and traded their greatest pitcher, Amos Rusi, for a 19-year-old rookie. Rusi had 245 wins behind him, and as it turned out, none ahead of him. The Hoosier Thunderbolt went back to digging ditches in Indiana. The rookie had no major league wins when he joined the team, but he had 373 ahead of him. His name was Christy Mathewson.
Matty was without a peer. He had a greater variety of stuff than any pitcher I ever knew or handled. His fastball was the equal of Walter Johnson or Amos Rusi's. He had the fadeaway down to perfection, and he utilized his knowledge of batsmen with greater effect than any twirler in the game. He possessed wonderful control, remarkable fielding ability, and was one of the finest sportsmen the game has ever known.
One to nothing your score here in scalding hot St. Louis. If you've ever been hanging out in the Midwest, you know there's not much wind, so it's got to be a stinker around the stadium. First pitch is right there on the outer edge. For a strike, it's 0-1. I do notice the people that are in the stadium, it looks like they're social distancing. There's probably some people humming in those sections. The 0-1 count. Swing, lifted back foul, 0-2. They said the game time temperature was going to be around 96 degrees. I do see some cloud coverage now, so it might have cooled off a bit, but even still. The 0-2 count. Philadelphia heads to the 0-2 pitch, high and out of the zone, 1-2. Phillies are going to be heading to the Field of Dreams game tomorrow night. I think that's on Netflix. We looked into doing it, but they're not going to have the 3D. It's on Netflix, which is a disaster. It's just not worth it. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away. The game is of interest to the Braves. Obviously, the Phillies are involved, but then you'll also see Minnesota going up against the Phillies, and that's who the Braves travel to on Monday. So you'll be a Twins fan this weekend, and you'll be against the Twins come Monday morning. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. And, of course, the exact opposite if you're a Phillies fan. They're going to get that day off because of travel, but what I'm hoping for on the weekend is that they just wear each other's bullpens out. The 0-1. Upstairs, it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, swing. Lifts it into center field. That's down for a base hit. And it's a one-out single for the Philadelphia Phillies. Man, I wish I could go there. I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't think those tickets are very easy to get because it's not a very big stadium. you've got all the kids that get in because they're in it, and then their parents. So I don't think that's one of those things I'll ever see live. First pitch on the way is upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. That's next weekend, Braves versus Brewers. So we're going to have two weird times for next weekend, Friday and Saturday in Milwaukee. Is the 0-1 pitch to Crawford. Swings, slices it on the ground through the hole, and it's back-to-back singles for the Phillies, and they got something cooking here in the top of the third. Yeah, I wouldn't even buy that. I wouldn't even attempt to buy that chop shot because something tells me you're going to buy a handful of beans. Also, I don't know what kind of watch list Iron Lung's on, so I don't know how close he can be to the Little League World Series. Righty-lefty matchup. As he steps off the mound. Leahy at 41 pitches. Kyle Schwarber at the plate, so not ideal situation. I was wondering if you caught that one. First pitch on the way, dropped a sweeper upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. Twins are playing the Orioles right now. It's 5-4 Minnesota. They're hanging in that AL Central race along with the wild card. And Baltimore's been playing pretty decent baseball. They essentially sold at the deadline, the 0-1 in the dirt. 1-1. Still think it's going to be New York and Boston for the AL, and whoever falls short in the AL Central, the team in second place probably gets in. Seattle and 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, four-seam fastball. That one is about 2 to 3 inches out of the zone up top over the plate. Houston and Texas and, of course, Seattle, the three of them are going to be in the mix for that final wild card as well. Is the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, 2-2. Got pretty bad storms coming around the corner here, so if we lose you, we'll be back to ASAP. Detroit would be interesting, Richard, but man, they sold at the deadline, and eventually that normally bites you right in the rear when it comes to pitching depth. The 2-2. Upstairs, caught looking, strike 3. Schwarber's going to challenge us. It looks like it could be out of the zone. It's very close. If he's wrong, they're going to be out of challenges. And he is wrong. Man, I'll tell you what. That one looked like one of those ones.
Wrong.
Maybe it was just the way the catcher caught it, but it looked like it was not.
Wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
So the 2-2, or 2-on-2 out, excuse me. Deuce is wild is what I was getting at. 2-on-2 out, the number 2 hitter. Trey Turner takes the first pitch swinging. Fouls it away. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Infield playing back into the left. The 0-1 pitch, swing, chopper on the ground over to first. Going to be a tough play. Underhands it 3-1, and they say they got him by about a quarter step. Will it go to the bottom of the third? 1-0 your score here in St. Louis.
My favorite source of unnecessary stress is wanting to clean out my closet, but also knowing that 3 years from now, I may want to wear that shirt that has never actually fit.
Relax. Kids swallow quarters all the time.
Really?
Sure. If she craps out 2 dimes and a nickel, then you can start worrying, huh?
This is my most frustrating time of year as a professor at a gigantic state university. I have kids come to my Zoom office hours and they're wondering why they're failing. You're failing because you never came to class. That's all I talked about for the first couple of weeks. What the are you doing not coming to class and somehow you think you're going to pass? And you want a break and extra credit? No. No, the main thing about college is going to class. So if you failed, you can recover. You can, I promise. Next semester. But get your head out of your ass. Go to class. Sit up front. Or admit maybe college isn't for you. And I'm not saying academically. I'm not saying you're dumb. I'm just saying, hey, if there's something else you want to be doing, go do it.
So, okay, so hold on a second. You're telling me that if Mike Schmidt were to walk in here right now, you'd say, I'm sorry, we're all out. We're sold out, Mike?
Who is Mike Schmidt?
Who's Mike Schmidt? Bro, have some respect here, man. What are you talking about?
I don't know who Mike Schmidt is.
Come on, you don't know who Mike Schmidt is? He's only maybe the greatest third baseman in history and a legend in Philadelphia for all time.
When you're the greatest player that's ever played in an organization, name some of them. Ted Williams, Babe Ruth, Mike Schmidt, come on.
There's nothing Mike couldn't do on a baseball field. If you needed a homer, he got it. If you needed a hit, he got it. If you needed a play, he got it.
548 home runs and almost 1,600 RBIs. And the defense, we'd see plays that he made at third base. It was magical.
Welcome back. Yeah, we're about to get it here. I don't know if we'll keep the power or not. First pitch on the way, swung on. Four-seam fastball hit high in the air. And Brandon Marsh loses it. And coming over to save the day is J.P. Crawford. One away. He went to stick his glove up, and you could tell he just could not find it. And Crawford had a beat on it. He was coming over to help regardless. That's one of those things that it's why it drives us nuts when we watch games involving the Braves. The first pitch on the way is dropped down the line, foul, it's 0-1, and you see some of our defenders not doing the little things. Stuff like that can happen easily, and that's why you're supposed to come over and back your guy up. You're not supposed to just lollygag and whoops, I thought you were going to catch it. The 0-1 down and in, 1. Not pointing out any particular names, but Acuna. The 1-1 count. Excuse me. Outside high. 2-1. Good to see you, Big Truck. Who else we have coming in here? Saw a Cardinal fan jump in here a second ago. I lost him. The 2-1 count. Upstairs. 2-1. Of course, I know, Richard, that's your second team. The 2-1 pitch. The 3-1 pitch, excuse me. Outside wide, ball 4. And he'll head on down to first. J.J. Weatherholt makes up for that gaff of an at-bat the first time up. He heads down to first, and there's 1 on. 1 out, and the number 2 hitter, Herrera, coming to the plate. Righty-righty matchup. Herrera smacks it up the middle, but this is going to be a tailor-made 6-4-3 double play. So as soon as they got it going, Wheeler stifled it. We'll go to the top of the 4th. 1-0 St. Louis here in St. Louis.
What do you hear about the $1.50 slices?
I'm gluten-free. I have nothing to say, so.
What a f***ing nightmare.
December 28th, Woodrow Wilson was born in 1856. The 28th president of the U.S., his progressive ideas came at a huge cost to our constitutional republic. Wilson advocated for a transformative view of government. He believed government must grow and adapt to regulate new economic realities and promote social justice. Thus, the Constitution should be viewed as a living document that evolves over time. Wilson believed that the framers' emphasis on natural rights and limited government was suited to an earlier era, but insufficient for dealing with the complexities of modern industrial society. This led to significant shifts in the role of the federal government, including expanded regulatory powers and laying the groundwork for an administrative nanny state, fundamentally changing the relationship between citizens and their government.
The good news about erectile dysfunction is that it can be cured with diet and exercise. The hard part is getting your wife to diet and exercise.
Yep, I thought I wanted a family, but I love having no responsibilities here. I can get drunk whenever, sleep with anyone, and just hide in my house and avoid the world if I feel like it.
Wow, that's great. And totally doesn't sound like symptoms of clinical depression.
You could probably come up with a lot of reasons why St. Louis is known as such a great baseball town. But at the center, without a doubt, are all the great teams and all the great players who've come through the city. All of them, in a way, timeless. All of them very much products of their own eras, too. But in the 80s, there was a group of players led by a manager who even now all stand out for being a little different than all the others. You just don't see baseball played the way the 1980s Cardinals played the game anymore. Imagine a team today finishing at the bottom of the league in home runs, stealing at least 200 bases total along the way, and then winning the pennant. Crazy, right? Well, the Cardinals did that 3 times in the 80s, and it won't surprise you, it hasn't happened since.
Bryce Harper standing at the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the day. 81-mile-an-hour curveball misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing. Check to see if we're in a tornado left. That sounds terrible out there. You want the 1-1 count. Change up, swing, and a miss. It's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball misses inside. Ball 2, 2-2. Two count. Swing knocks that sinker down the left field line. Going up against the wall, and that's going to be extra bases. Harper puts the brakes on at second base, but it's going to be a leadoff double for Philadelphia. Man, that ball got smoked into the corner. I thought it was going to get over that wall. It's a 336 down the line. It just hit just to the right. That ball was probably hit 336, but it just hit to the right. If it goes straight down, it probably hits that pole. Luis Arias, the batter, first pitch swinging, smokes it down the first base line. It's 0-1. I swear, every time... At one time, I'd like to see Luis Arias play for a team that I actually like. He spent his whole career playing for teams that I pull against. But he's one of my favorite players to watch. Just the way he bats. The 0-1 pitch. High and out of the zone, 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing, rips it into right field, and that's going to tie the ball game. It's going to jump over the wall on the one hopper down the right field line, but it is 1-1. Top fourth. First pitch on the way. Four-seam fastball right here. First strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Turns and kicks, swing. Fouls it away, 1-1. One count. Swing, chops it up the middle. It's going to be a long throw for Wynn. He'll get him 6-3. One away. Phillies 1, St. Louis 1 as the infield is drawn in. Brandon Marsh, the batter, first pitch swinging. Smacks the curveball back foul. It's 0-1. Yeah, so they say we got damaging winds heading our way, but they're going to make up for it by putting us in a flood advisory. Oh, my God. Darn it. I swear every time this happens, I'm on the air. The 0-1 pitch. Swing. Fouls it back. It's 0-2. We had a bad one a few years ago where the house flooded. The 0-2 count. Brings it. Change up. Pulled the string. 1-2. Trying to get him to pop something up or a strikeout. Rice is standing at third, 1 out. Tie ball game, 1-1, top of the fourth. The 1-2 pitch. Swing. Just got a piece of that slider. The 1-2. Caught looking, strike three. Punched him out, buckled his knees, change up on the outer edge. Marsh can't believe it, 2 down. He's shaking his head, but I think he's shaking his head at himself. Doesn't matter, Philly's out of challenges, but that pitch was right there in the zone. JT Realmuto, the batters, they draw the infield back. So back into the left is the infield. The pitch is fouled off. It's 0-1. Outfield deep and pretty straight away. The center fielder and right fielder shaded a tad heading towards the right field line. Furman is straight away. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Leahy trying to work out of this jam. 1-1 your score. The 0-2 pitch. Swing, chopper down the third baseline. We'll do it again. I got a bad news for the future of the world. If it does flood, I've only got 2 animals to put on the ark. They're both dogs, and they're both girls. So we'll see you. The 0-2. Swing, fouls it away. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, Lung. Arias has played for them all. He started with the Marlins. Who wants to pull for the Marlins? The 0-2. Fouls it back. Then he goes to the Padres. Now he's at the Phillies. Spent briefly in San Francisco. Only time I pull for the Giants realistically is when it's a Dodger-Giant rivalry type thing. But I don't see him ever ending up as a Brave. But I just wish he would go somewhere that I wasn't pulling against him. Go hang out in Kansas City for a while. The 0-2 pitch. Leahy turns and brings it. Swing and a miss, strike three. Chase a slider well off the plate, and that'll end the inning. So he coughs up a run, but a great job by Leahy to get out of that mess. We'll be back in a flash. 1-1 your score. St. Louis grabs the sticks when we return.
Hey guys, what do you call two monkeys that share an Amazon account? Prime mates. I'll stay outside.
Charles Darwin was just 22 years old, clean-shaven, with a father who said he wouldn't amount to much when, December 27th, he set sail in HMS Beagle in 1831. Darwin became interested in natural science, leading to his position aboard the Beagle as a naturalist. The ship's mission was to survey the coasts of South America, setting up timekeeping stations. Over the nearly 5-year journey, Darwin went ashore as often as he could, recording observations, collecting specimens, and taking copious notes. In the Galapagos Islands, he noticed subtle differences among species of finches and tortoises on different islands, sparking ideas about adaptation and natural selection. Upon his return to England, aware of the controversy his ideas might ignite, Darwin only published works on geology. However, years later, when another naturalist, Alfred Russel Wallace, was going to present his own theory of evolution, Darwin, having all the notes and evidence, presented with him and finally published On the Origin of Species in 1859, setting up the debate between evolution and creationism that rages to this day.
Sometimes I'd like to make new friends, but then I realize anybody I have anything in common with probably also doesn't enjoy leaving their house. So I'll just stay on my phone.
The way the Cardinals played in the 80s came to be known as Whitey Ball, after their manager, Whitey Herzog. The approach actually had its roots in Herzog's 1970s Royals teams, who won 3 straight division titles late in the decade. But despite that success, after his 4th season in Kansas City, Whitey had a sense his days were numbered.
I knew the first time that I didn't win a division or get into playoffs, I'd be gone. 79, we finished 3 games out. I set an all-time attendance record, and I went hunting with George Brett on Monday, and he said, what do you think is going to happen? I said, well, I got a 10 o'clock in the morning, I got an appointment at the ballpark. I said, I'm going to get fired. So I got fired.
You're home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Bottom of the 4th we go, 1-1 your score. Wheeler back to work. .38 pitches so far for Wheeler. He's given up 1 hit, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Alec Burleson leads it off for the St. Louis Cardinals. It'll be Burleson, Walker, and Church. Part of the order for St. Louis. First pitch upstairs, 4-seam fastball for a strike. It's on 1. Pitch, swing, golfs it down the line. It's on 2. The 0-2 count. Kicks and fires in the dirt. That ball got him in the foot, and Burleson slings the bat towards the dugout. More of a frustration than anything else. By the way, this is the anniversary of the Braves-Padres brawl back in '84. What was that, 42 years ago? I don't know what that jumbled sentence means, Kevin, but welcome in. Righty-righty matchup. Jordan Walker, the batter. First pitch on the way inside. It's 1-0. Brings it. Swing. Slices it foul. 1-1. One count. Chopper on the ground over to short. It's going to be a 6. 4-3. Could not turn the double play. Walker just a little too fast, but they get the lead runner 1 away. So 1 on and 1 out. I just found you a hat, Richard Talley. Someone's rocking a white cowboy hat, but it's got a St. Louis Cardinal. I don't know if they're selling that at the stadium, but it's got the STL in red. Pretty sharp looking cowboy hat. First pitch swinging here by Church is going to be a pop-up. Can of corn, shallow center field. Drifting back, making the catch is Arias. F4, 2 down. I'm going to start pressing 1 for English on the chats. Sometimes I see some of y'all's comments and they don't make a ton of sense. I know I'm missing a context somewhere. Someone needs to develop an app for that. They tossed it over to first to keep the runner close by. I didn't realize it was Shark Week, by the way, either. I heard that this morning. I thought that was in July. Is the pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and so on. And I talked to somebody recently, and I don't remember where I was, but I asked them about Shark Week, and someone said, oh, it's already happened. So I didn't even think about it. And then they mentioned it, and I was like, are you kidding me? So I never watched that channel. First pitch on the way, 4-seam fastball, swing and a miss. Mason Wynn off of that 0-1. It's 0-2. Infield playing back into the left. Double play depth. The 0-2 misses high, 1-2. Instead, I've been wasting the nights after the Braves game goes off. I've been wasting watching the national media just gargle the Dodgers left and right. The 1-2. Lifted high and deep into left center field. Should be an easy catch for Marsh. Captain Caveman's got it, and that'll end the inning. Cardinals threatened, but can't do anything with it. We go to the 5th. Here in St. Louis, 1-1 your score.
At the tone, leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Hell are you doing? I told you we weren't getting involved.
You got us involved when you brought us here.
Where are you from? What's your real name? What was it before you changed it?
Giuseppe?
That's all you need, one thieving wop on the team.
It's much better than you stinking Irish.
Oh, I like him.
Just a drink. He can play. He can't throw. He can't throw and he can't field. Why do you like him?
He gets on base.
You want answers? I want the truth!
He gets on base, so do I care if it's a walk or a hit?
You do not.
I do not. Just a drink.
What draws my admiration? What is that which gives me joy?
Just a drink.
Baseball. A man stands alone at a plate. This is the time for individual achievement. But in the field, part of a team. Part of one big team. Sunny day, stands are full of fans. What does he have to say?
Just a drink.
I get nowhere unless the team wins.
The day may come when the courage of men fail
but it is not this day.
Just a drink.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Forget it, he's rolling.
You think he'll ever get out of here?
One day, when I got a long white beard and 2 or 3 marbles rolling around upstairs.
Get busy living, get busy dying.
Just a drink.
Do you really want to get him? What are you prepared to do? If you open the ball on these people, you must be prepared to go all the way. Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
Just a drink.
Lord hates a coward. Do you know what a blood oath is? Yes. Good, because you just took one.
Just a drink.
Go ahead. Make my day.
You can't handle the truth.
Did it ever occur to you I just might go tapioca and throw you out of one of the windows?
Just a drink.
Perfect.
Shaken, not stirred.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome back. First pitch swung on and fouled back out of play by Alec Boehm. So once I just looked it up to see what channel was on, evidently it did happen. I don't know what I was listening to. The 0-1 pitch, high and inside, brushes him back. Boehm, his helmet comes off. So ignore everything I just said. I don't know what the hell's going on. I guess it did happen at the very beginning of August. It ended at the very beginning of August. But I know I heard that last night or this morning. Somebody was talking about it. 1-1 count. Turns and kicks. Outside high. 2-1. I thought they always did it. It always seems like it comes on right after the All-Star break and right before the trade deadline and when preseason football comes on. The 2-1 bangs it foul 2-2. But I've missed it the last 2 years because I don't see it advertised anywhere. And I don't watch the Discovery Channel, I'll be honest with you. That's just not my cup of tea. But Shark Week I will watch. The 2-2. Change up outside wide. Ball 3-3-2. Leahy is at 75 pitches. If he can have an economical inning here, they might get him through 6. The pitch swing fouls it back. These two teams have had a couple of knock 'em out, drag 'em out type games, so both bullpens have to be a little weary. Of course, Philadelphia goes up to Iowa tomorrow. The 3-2 pitch swing dropped into right field. That's down for a base hit for a leadoff single for the Philadelphia Phillies. Fifth hit of the day for Philadelphia. Excuse me, sixth hit of the day. St. Louis with just the one base hit. Righty lefty, first pitch swinging, chops it over to second. Only one play, so Weatherholt does the smart thing and tosses it first. It would have taken a perfect throw to second to get Boehm. One down. First pitch swinging here by Schwarber. That ball's going to get smoked over to second base, but it's an atom ball, and it's another 4-3, and now there's 2 down. So that's going to leave it up to Trey Turner, who's 0 for 2 on the day. He's flown out to right and grounded to first. Leahy can't really pitch around him, turning the nose out with Harper standing on deck, the left-hander, and Arias behind him. First pitch, outer edge, called for a strike. It's on 1. The 0-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing lifted. High into left field. And that should end the inning. It does. Put it down as F7 in your scorecard. We go to the bottom of the fifth. St. Louis's turn when we return here on the BCR Radio Network doubleheader.
I haven't had sex in so long, I'm afraid I'll forget how to moan. What if I up and I bark?
You know, it seems like 1 minute you're young and free, and the next minute you're just excited that your Walmart delivery of groceries didn't have any substitutions or out of stock items.
Hi, ladies. How you doing? I want to kill you. Oh, yeah. Take a number, honey.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the solution to my anxiety is not compulsively drinking coffee and scrolling my phone for 5 hours a day, but I'm going to keep trying just in case.
Somebody's still a little touchy about losing last year's color war. She was on Team Blue, or as I like to refer to them as Team Blueser, and I was on white.
That's good.
And if you ain't white, you ain't right.
Have you learned nothing?
He's regarded as the best third baseman in Major League Baseball history. I wish I played defense like him. I wish I had power like him.
Long drive to left field. He buried it. He buried it.
Mike Schmidt was a star.
This is the greatest player in the history of the franchise.
Number 48 for Schmidt.
Mike would be on that Mount Rushmore of sports icons in Philadelphia.
Very few all-time greats. Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Peyton Manning, Joe Montana. These all-time greats didn't get to play their entire career in one city. And if you have a guy that great and he plays his entire career in one city, it should be amazing.
But it wasn't always. Instead, the story of Michael Jack Schmidt is in fact a complicated tale, a saga of a superstar and a city, may be best encapsulated by the words of the man himself, uttered along the way.
Philadelphia is the only city where you can experience the thrill of victory one night and the agony of reading about it the next day.
Help support Braves country. Welcome back. Four-seam fastball misses upstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Turns and kicks. Drops the splitter down below the knees. Ball 2, 2-0. The 2-0 count. Upstairs for a strike, 2-1. 1-1 your score. It's Cesar Prieto. The number 7 hitter Furman is on deck and Crooks is in the hole. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, fouls it away. Even it up at 2-2. 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error for Philadelphia. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors for St. Louis. Brule is warming up in the bullpen. Justin Brule, the left-hander for the St. Louis Cardinals, so expect him in for the 6th. The 2-2. Swing lifted. That's going to get down for a base hit just out past the outstretched glove of Luis Arias, and it's a leadoff single for the Birds. By the way, did anybody see that movie Odyssey yet? Half the people are trashing it, half the people love it. I was just wondering if it's worth a damn. Righty-righty matchup, first pitch. Four-seamer right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. Minnesota's taking a 7-4 lead over the Orioles. They are in the 5th. That's the only game going other than ours right here until the Rays and A's. They just got started. Tampa Bay leads the Athletics in the 2nd, 2-0. The 0-1 pitch. Inside sinker. 1-1. Feel like it can't be terrible, but I might end up just waiting for it to come out. Because if it's it's supposed to be a pretty long run. Usually those are terrible to go see at the theater. The 1-1 right there at the knees, 1-2. I've got one of those boxes that you can see just about anything on the planet. I'm sure it's there already, but I prefer to watch like big movies in a theater. Is the 1-2 pitch, swing lifted down the right field line and giving a chase, making a good grab over there is Harper. He'll turn, spin, and fire it to first. Runner back in time, 1 away. One up, one down. Righty-lefty matchup. Crooks the batter. First pitch on the way is a cutter at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Inside, 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing, fouls it back, 1-2. Crooks, the number 9 hitter, standing on deck is Weatherholt. Herrera in the hole. One-two pitch in the dirt, 2-2. Gotcha, Chop. Yeah, I saw some of the pushback. I don't know if it was... I mean, I can deal with some of the nonsense that they do in Hollywood, as long as it's not like overly where it becomes an unbelievable... In other words, if the tail absolutely changes, the 2-2. Outside wide, 3-2. You don't get many movies like that anymore because they've all gone to this comic book junk, and I can't get into these comic book movies. I need something realistic like Greek mythology. The payoff pitch. Swing, fouls it away. I don't know enough of the details on who is playing who. Yeah, Troy was good, but that was 20 years ago. They went into that comic book stage, I don't know, 10 years ago, and you just don't get much anymore of like actual big blockbusters that adults want to see as the pitch is knocked down the line. And even the comic book fans, I think they've gotten burned out because they've tried to do every single kind of comic book possible. I mean, they're about to do like a live action Garfield versus Peanuts. The 3-2 swing and a miss, strike 3, cutter at the bottom of the zone, 2 down. Too much any of it, Richard. I don't care. I don't know the difference between Marvel and DC, mainly because I had friends in high school. But J.J. Weatherholt coming to the plate. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss, splitter over the top. It's 0-1. Good to see you, Ham Banana. The 0-1 count. Runner at first, 2 outs. 1-1 your score. Bottom of the 5th here in St. Louis, Missouri. Game 3 of a 3-game set. They've split the series so far. The 0-1 pitch inside. 1-1. Yeah, I'm out. The last time I cared about Spider-Man was when it was about 25 years ago, and I did watch it because I liked it as a kid, and I went out and watched it. Watched the first one as the 1-1 inside, 2-1. But all the sequels, I caught them on video at home, and they were okay, but that was kind of what burned me to the point where I was like, this is so stupid. Why am I watching this? The 2-1 count. Swing, chopper on the ground, and that ball's going to scoot through the hole just past the outstretched glove of Bohm and under the outstretched glove of Arias, and it's a seeing eye single through the infield, and runners on the corners for the Cardinals. So runners on the corners and 2 outs, and that's going to bring, I believe that's Caleb Cotham coming out. Yeah, it is Cotham. CC, as I like to call him. CC's coming out there to try to man the waters. By the way, the Cardinals have not done a great job of working the count. Wheeler's only at 70 pitches. Herrera's coming to the plate, and he's a big-time power hitter. Braves saw that up close and personal. He did make it to the All-Star game this year. They typically platoon him, but he is starting against the right-hander today. Burleson stands on deck. That's about the most pathetic, sad version of Tarps Off I've ever seen. The kids in St. Louis, they're trying to start a Tarps Off. There's 3 of them. 3 of them. No one else is even reacting to him. And I think they messed up. They should have put the fat kid in the middle. There's a fat kid. You got to put him in the middle and have the 2 scrawny guys on the ends. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Upstairs misses high, 1-1. And I think the other problem with me with the comic book stuff is, and everybody likes what they like, I get that. I like a movie that is more about the story, and the comic books never are. It's all about, I've never been a huge action film person. To me, it gets dull instantly. I want a real story. The 1-1 pitch down below the knees. 2-1 your count, runners on the corners, 2 outs. So as opposed to like a Spider-Man or Superman type flick, I'm more looking for like a Goodfellas. If there's going to be any action, there's got to be a good story to it. The 2-1 count, inside, 3-1. I doubt that Wheeler's out of gas. He's only at 74 pitches, and that's right where you want to be in the 5th inning. This inning's been the longest one, but it is hot. It's a scorcher in St. Louis. The 3-1 pitch. Drops a sweeper right there. Good pitch. Full count. That's the good news for Philadelphia. The bad news is the man at first will be on the move. We'll pull the stream back in case there is any kind of action. The timeout is called by Herrera. Full count pitch. Runner goes. Swing! That ball's lifted into center field. That's down for a base hit. And cutting it off is Crawford. But with the runner on the move, they easily go to third. Runners on the corners once again. And it's 2-1. Good piece of hitting there by Herrera. They went with the fastball in the outer part of the plate. He punched it to split the gap. Crawford with great hustle cut it off before it hit the wall. Alec Burleson, the batter, first pitch swinging, chops the splitter down the line, foul. It's 0-1. Burleson, who stands in with 19 home runs on the year, looking for number 20. The infield back and to the right. Outfield deep and straight away. The 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. Star Wars is always the biggest pessimist about his team. Somebody hide the belts and the shoestrings. The 1-1 pitch, swing lifted, high and deep into right center field. That is going to get down where the green grass grows. 1 run will score. It's 3-1. 2 runs will score. It's 4-1 with the bases clearing double by Alec Burleson. Hard hit into the gap. Really wasn't a terrible pitch. He got around on a pitch on the outer part of the plate, and he must have been sitting dead red because he got around on that thing in a hurry. They were trying to get a pop-up. Jordan Walker, the batter, first pitch swinging. He'll rifle that down the left field line. That's going to send a run home. It's 5-1. Here comes Walker. He'll come around to first, heading to second, stop there, and it is 5-1, good guys. I would love to have heard what the Philly broadcast team just said. They peered into the Philadelphia dugout at Don Mattingly. He has a look like, yeah, probably should have not pitched to that Burleson guy. Church comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch swinging. Fouls it back. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup, Nathan Church, 5'10", 180-pounder, 26-year-old out of Newport Beach, California. Plays college ball at UC Irvine. The 0-1 pitch, swing, fouls it away. He was drafted by the Cardinals in the 11th round back in 2022. He's been with St. Louis through and through. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. 1-2. One-two count. Swing, pops it up. High and deep into right field, and that should end the inning. Bryce Harper's underneath it. F9 your scorecard. And it's 5-1. 4 runs come across. We head to the top of the 6th. 5-1. Phillies turn when we return.
So I was today years old when I found out that when you're smiling, you cannot move your tongue. It cuts off a nerve when you smile. So when you smile, like your tongue is like paralyzed. Look at your dumb ass. You doing that right? Stupid ass.
Hey Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines, react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
And so my girl got mad at me because last night I went to a single mom fundraiser.
No, you went to a strip club.
Listen, baby, I'm supporting these single moms $1 at a time.
Fight! Right! Hey out! Shake your head, your eyeballs are stuck! Well, it was a ball. It was that far from the plate.
Little lady, will you let me umpire this game? You've been on my back all night.
Mickey, you saw that pitch. It was a ball, wasn't it?
It looked like it. You're out of the game, Mandel.
What? Roger, how'd that pitch look to you?
It could have missed the corner. You're out, Maris.
Yogi!
It's a perfect strike. The ump was right. I don't like sarcasm, Barra. You're out of the game, too.
You can't do that!
Lady.
Where's the manager?
I think he's hiding.
Welcome back. You stepped away for a second. St. Louis exploded for 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th. It's 5-1. Cardinals. Bryce Harper, the batter. Sinker off the edge, misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Well, that thing keeps moving around. We'll go back to the normal strike now. The 1-0 count. Jones and kicks. The 1-0 pitch misses inside, 2-0. The 3-0 pitch down and in, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk, and that's not what you want out of your bullpen with a 4-run lead. So in 1964 on this date, Mickey Mantle hit his 10th, or had his 10th game of home runs from both sides of the plate, making that at the time the all-time record is the 1-0, misses inside. 1-0 count, 1 on, 1 out, or 1 on, nobody out, excuse me, infield back and to the right. That made him the all-time leader 10 times. And that's why he was always the gold standard when you're growing up hearing about switch hitters. But since then, it's been tied and broken by several. It was a different era. Teixeira and Nick Swisher lead it all time at 14 games, hitting home runs on both sides of the plate. So you're going to have a quick powwow on the mound there, a 2-0 count. He's thrown 6 balls coming out of the bullpen. Carlos Marmol cannot believe it. He's sitting there going, are you kidding me, dude? I'm trying to get this team a win, and you're over here, can't find the broadside of a barn. Gordon Grassifo is warming up the pen, the right-hander, but remember, they got to wait till Brule faces Arias and then Stott. So the all-time switch hitter home runs from the same side of the plate in the same game. It's Teixeira and Swisher. They're tied at 14. And Eddie Murray sits at 3rd with 11. There's a sinker right there. Called for a strike, 2-1. Then you got Mantle, obviously. Chili Davis, Ken Caminetti, and Tony Clark all have 10. The 2-1 count, swings, smokes it up the middle. It's an atom ball to win. He juggles it, but grabs it, steps on second base, fires it to first, and it's a 6-3 double play. Big double play right there. They just flashed in the St. Louis Cardinal, and Carlos had a big sigh out. He's like, are you? Carlos Beltran has 9 in his career. First pitch right there to Stott is 0-1. Posada 8, Bernie Williams at 8, Lance Berkman at 7, Reggie Smith 6, and Ruben Sierra 6th. The 0-1. One count, swing, chops it on the ground, over there at third, through the middle of the infield, grabbing it, flipping it, Prieto to Burleson, and that'll end the inning. So the Phillies put one on, but can't get anything across. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 5-1 St. Louis.
I am so baked right now. I'm like a pie that smells like pot. I'm a pot pie.
Things you might not know about Ty Cobb. Number 1, he made his major league debut with the Detroit Tigers 22 days after his mother unalived his father, thinking he was an intruder. Number 2, by the time of his death, he held over 20,000 shares of stock in Coca-Cola and owned bottling plants in 3 different states. Number 3, he hit 9 home runs during his 1909 Triple Crown season, all inside the park home runs. He is the only player in the modern era to lead his league in home runs in a season without hitting a ball over the fence. Number 4, he caused the first player strike. After being suspended for attacking a spectator, his teammates went on strike to protest the lack of protection of players from abusive fans. Number 5, in 1913, he became the first baseball player in history to be paid a 5-figure salary when he signed for $12,000. Number 6, he still remains the only player with 2 35 or more game hitting streaks. He also had 6 hitting streaks of at least 20 games. And finally, number 7, he had 23 consecutive seasons in which he batted 300 or better. The only season he didn't bat 300 was his rookie season.
Anyway, in my spare time, I also enjoy stuffing animals, usually with other animals. For instance, a badger will hold 5 squirrels. A mouse will hold a shrew and a vole. You get the idea. Circle of life. I have broken the sound barrier, but you must never ask me how. I don't believe in the moon. I think it's just the back of the sun.
Hell of a good train wreck.
Stop it, you. She doesn't know you're joking.
No,
he's joking?
John McGraw may have championed the old brawling brand of baseball, but his greatest star was Christy Mathewson, a pitcher with a record for clean play so spotless that his wife once felt she had to defend him by saying that while he was a good man, he was no goody-goody.
Christy Mathewson was so virtuous, he would not give interviews to sports writers who he heard cheated on their wives.
Welcome back. 5-1 your score. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mason Wynn will lead it off. Yeah, evidently, Sleepy, his dad cut his hair with the bowl, and the kids in the neighborhood, I don't know why they picked chili bowl, but I guess the kids in the neighborhood said it looked like it had been cut by a chili bowl. The 0-1 count, inside, 1-1. I mean, that's the way I always thought that. I guess for years and years he never forgave his dad for it. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. When I think of a bowl haircut, though, why is Pete Rose's nickname not Bowl Man or Chili? The 1-2, outside wide, 2-2. You don't see those many more anymore, the old bowl cut. Two count, swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away. If you're wondering what this game means for St. Louis right now, so they're 14 back in the division. Obviously, that's a wrap. But it's the first pitch there for a strike. It's 0-1. You look at the wild card of the National League. 0-1 count from Raley. Luke Raley was him and Arias were the 2 big acquisitions by the Phillies in the trade deadline. Raley, solid left-handed reliever coming over from the Mets. If you look at St. Louis in the wild card, they still have a pulse. They come in today 3.5 back The final wild card is the 0-2 pitch swing, drops it towards center, making the sliding catch, J.P. Crawford. Hell of a catch out there. 2 down. That was an impressive sliding catch. He's made a couple of good defensive plays today. But if they win this game, is the first pitch on the way, 93 mile an hour. Right there for a strike, it's 0-1. You heard that bark in the background. The thunder is pretty loud here, so we may lose you. The 0-1 pitch, outside wide, 0-2. They call the strike. Not really, Star Wars. It doesn't seem like the Braves and Mets ever make trades. The 0-2 pitch, outside wide, 1-2. For two teams that claim to dislike each other, the Phillies and Mets make a lot of trades. Braves, I don't remember any kind of significant trade the Braves have ever made with the Mets. They've picked up guys off the scrap heap as the 1-2 pitch, outside wide, 2-2, and the Mets have signed guys like Minter, but I don't remember an actual trade. There were some guys that I would have liked to have seen come to the Braves bullpen, but I never looked at Luke Raley as being an actual option. The 2-2 swing and a miss. And Furman spun around a pirouette like he was ice skating out there. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the 7th we go. 4-run game here in St. Louis.
Doing? What am I doing? I'm moving sandbags 15 feet that way. That's what I'm doing. Why? Does it look like I know?
I said I was always that guy that sat in my living room watching you guys play in the World Series and thinking, man, I would love to be there and experience the euphoria of what it feels like. You know, I just never thought that I'd be one of those guys that got to do this, honestly. And it's really cool. I'm telling you what, it exceeded all my expectations.
It snowed 4 inches last night. Is that a lot, ladies? Or no, you need like more. That's nothing. That's like no snow. It's average? Is it average?
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Sammy Sosa is one of the legendary home run hitters of the steroid era. He hit 60 home runs in 3 different seasons, but unbelievably didn't lead the league in any of those years. Every year, either Mark McGwire or Barry Bonds had more.
Small boys had admired other players. They worshipped Christy Mathewson. He was the perfect hero for his age. He seemed to have sprung from the pages of the dime baseball novels American boys now devoured. Sports writers and fans across the country called him the Christian gentleman. No one did more to improve the reputation of the baseball player, and he did it with style.
Matheson would always wait until just about 10 minutes before game time. Then he'd come in from the clubhouse across the field in a long linen duster like auto drivers wore in those days. And at every step, the crowd will yell louder and louder.
He was a commanding presence on the mound, methodically directing the rhythm and pace of each game. He could throw a ball into a tin cup at pitching range, a player remembered, and he took a scientific approach to his work, carefully cataloging his pitches.
Welcome back. First pitch swinging by Brule. Off of Brule is fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Smack down the line foul. 0-2. Brian De La Cruz, Atlanta Braves fame, short-lived Atlanta Braves fame, at the plate. Atlanta Braves spring training fame more than anything else. The 0-2 pitch. Down and in, 1-2. De La Cruz, 29 years old these days. Started with the Marlins, was with the Braves very briefly last year. The 1-2 pitch, outside wide, 2-2. When the Braves kicked him to the scrap heap, he sat on the New York Yankees farm team all last year. He's been up here with Philadelphia for about 12 games. The 2-2 pitch, swing, lifted into right center field. That ball's going to get... Oh, what a diving grab out there by Jordan Walker. Good Lord. I did not think he had any chance of making that catch. That ball was drifting towards the gap, and Walker stuck his glove out parallel with the ground and made an unbelievable catch and held on to the ball as he smashed to the ground. If you're listening and you're not watching it along, don't worry, that'll be on every highlight reel tonight. Looks like Gigi's coming in. Gracefo for the Cardinals. The right-hander comes in. We'll be back in a flash. 5-1 St. Louis. Gordon Gracefo coming on. GG coming to the bump. Righty-righty matchup. Real Muto, the batter. And the first pitch is swing and a miss at a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Just misses with the outside slider. You stay out of this, Richard. 1-1 count. Cunha would look good in red and gold. The 1-1 pitch. Swing. Pops it back foul. 1-2. The 1-2 count. Down and in, 2-2. You can rinse and repeat that statement just every day, all day for the rest of the time. I mean, let's be honest. The 2-2 count. Star Wars is one of the few likable Phillies fans I've ever encountered. The 2-2. Swing. Chops it up the middle, but it's going to be a ground ball, 4-3, 2 down. And that includes any sport. Like every sport, it doesn't matter. It comes out of Philadelphia. The fans are usually just unbearable. Yeah, he's a big old boy. I mean that's right in the heart of the Braves country, Stone Mountain, Georgia. Every time we play St. Louis, and I look at that, I just shake my head and go, "What the hell are we doing?" Because he was a big prospect. It wasn't like he snuck through. It was the first pitch down here for a ball to 1-0, but that was back when the Braves never ever wanted to draft anything but starting pitchers in the early rounds. 1-0. Down below the knees, low call, cannot challenge it. It's 1-1. It's a miracle Michael Harris got to us. I believe he was a 3rd round pick, and that was still, I mean, for years, it's only been just very recently, last couple of years, that we haven't gone pitcher every single round for like the first 5 to 10. Pitch right there at the knees. 1-2. The 1-2. Curveball. I don't know how he laid off that. That thing fell off a table. 2-2. The 2-2 count. Ball goes all the way to the backstop. If the Braves are going to trick anybody into a good trade for Acuna, it's going to have to be someone with deep pockets that thinks they can re-sign him. So, what are we talking about? The Mets? The Dodgers? The Yankees? That's about it, man. Maybe the Red Sox if they sell. 3-2 swing and a miss. No, he got a piece of it. Just got a piece of it. Excuse me. Keep it alive. Everybody was hating on old Michael last year. It was well deserved, though. He was taking some bad at bats. The payoff pitch. Swing. Dribbles it up the. Oh, it's between the legs of Gigi. Somehow, some way, that ball went through his legs, and JJ grabbed it in time to fire it to first, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. I mean, that looked like Keystone Cops right there. Time to get up and stretch. To the action. Alvarado coming on. Surprised he's coming on with the full run deficit. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Brings it. Swung on and dragged on the ground over to second. It's going to be a 4-3 put out. One up, one down. 5-1 your score. 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error for Philly. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors for St. Louis. First pitch on the way to Weatherholt's upstairs. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Just below the knees. 1-1. Called for a strike, did not challenge it. One count. Lefty, infield back into the right. Pitch upstairs, misses high. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. 3-1. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Full count. Alvarado, who used to be a dominant force in the back of the bullpen, he's got a 5.77 ERA this year. Still comes with the high heat, but it's been the location he's struggled with. The payoff pitch down and away. There you go, ball 4. One on, one out now. He had a 4 ERA the first couple of months of the season as the first pitch upstairs. Misses high, it's 1-0. And then started to climb in June, 5.91, 6.3. A little lower in the month of August at a 4.91 is the 1-0 right inside for a strike. 1-1, and Weatherholt steals second base with relative ease. No throw even attempted. Huge jump. Enormous jump again, especially considering it's a left-hander. 1-1 count. Down and into him. It's funny you bring up that lockout. I was looking today, John. This is the 32nd anniversary of the MLB players' strike. And they've missed, 232 days? Shutting down the game, missing the World Series, the 2-2 right there. And it all came down to the players didn't want a salary cap. And here we are 32 years later. It's the same old thing. The 2-2. Upstairs misses high. And there's always those fans that believe the way Sleepy believes owners make plenty of money, but that's not what the pushback is. The pushback is, first of all, it's not like the players are making plenty of money. Jot that down. But the other thing is the payoff pitch inside, ball 4. He'll head on down to first. No one involved is crying poverty. But it's all about if you don't have some kind of a cap, you're always going to have the haves and have-nots. The Braves are always going to be chasing the top 2 or 3 payrolls, 3 or 4. I guess it's really 4. And if the Red Sox get back into it, we're talking 5 teams that will always outspend the Braves. And if you're a Pirates fan or a Royals fan, you're never going to have much of a chance. You can catch them on a heater when the Royals win the World Series 2015, where everything aligns. As the first pitch swinging by Burleson is smoked into the hole, that's going to send the runner home. Here comes the throw, and it is 6-1 St. Louis. But if you look at the numbers, and if you are pro-labor, you'll understand that if they get a salary cap with a salary floor, it's going to improve their pay. It's just common sense economics. You look at how much some of these teams spend, well less than $100 million a year, and you force everybody to, we'll just say right now they're talking about a floor being 175. We'll just say it's 175. And you limit the top to 275. You're talking about raising the average salary by all these guys. Because the guys like Shohei Ohtani and whatnot, they're never going to be in the poverty ring. Is quick mound visit by CC to talk to Alvarado. And I don't know why they don't get that common sense aspect of it. If you get a salary cap and get a salary floor, you're going to force teams like the Miami Marlins to actually spend. And you can't get one without the other. See, you can't say the floor is more important to me. You have to have a cap. Because what are the owners going to be stupid? Oh, let's have a floor, but let's not have a cap. It's got to be a give and take. Each side has to be a little disappointed in the outcome, and that's how you know it's a good negotiation. First pitch misses up top. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. But I get the fact that some people will always side with the players. But this will be the first strike, holdout, whatever you want to call it. This will be the first one in history where the fans are going to be siding with the owners. The 1-0 pitch. Swing, chops it down the line. Foul, 1-1. And that may change the tide. It needed to be changed a couple of decades ago, but that may finally change. I've been pounding the table about a cap/floor for I don't know how long. But the players are always looking at the big pie in the sky, and the problem is your player rep. It's a pitch right there at the knees. Yeah, they call that a ball? 2-1 count. That was right there in the zone, as you can see. Lefty-righty matchup, the 2-1 pitch. Down below the knees. 3-1. So for argument's sake, you come out of this new CBA, let's say what it typically grows the player minimums of around $1 million. It's going to have to go up much more than that. The 3-1 rips it down the line. But guys like Max Scherzer have always been the player rep. Tom Glavine, the guys that are making the most at their position. That's not who you want representing you. Full count, runners at the corners, 1 out. And they're always looking at, so like, for instance, Scherzer, when he came out of that deal, remember he signed that ridiculous deal where he's making $40-something million from the Mets for 3 years. 3 years, $120-something million. As the pitch down and in, ball 4, and that's going to load the bases. But it didn't do any good for guys. I'll take a play for an example. A guy like Dylan Lee, who's been pitching great these last few years, he should have been being paid more, and Max Scherzer less. They're going to the bullpen again. We'll stay here right with you. Shugart, it looks like he's coming in. as Mattingly makes his way to the mound. Bases loaded, 1 out. Same thing with, what's his name, Verlander. Verlander signed a very lucrative deal where he was at the end. And to me, it makes more sense for these players. So, for instance, next year when the season starts, I'm trying to think of a good example right now because both those guys will be out of the league probably. But your highest paid pitcher who may be very good but isn't what you would consider the best in the game. We'll say whatever Casey Mize signs for, right? Very good pitcher but not best in the game. Should he be making 20 times more than what an A.J. Smith-Shawver's making? So those numbers have never lined up. But it's the Juan Sotos that always seem to get the really big contract. And then you get other guys who are fighting to just get a spot on a team because the money is gone. But if you force a floor, they're going to have to sign people just to... Because the key to me would be is that if you don't meet the floor, then there's big penalties. Getting fined, and also nail them with a bunch of lost draft picks. Now, the part of it that I don't like as a Braves fan is that it'll be a fair game because right now Atlanta always has a top 5 payroll. And though it's never the top payroll, they always have a top 5 payroll, which means you always have a chance. Righty-lefty matchup here. Shugart, first pitch swinging. That ball is lifted high and deep into right field, going back on the track, making the sliding catch out there. Nifty catch by Bryce Harper as he slides across the track. 2 down, but on the play, runner at third tags up, and it is 7-1. Thane will have the Friday game for you. The 2:21 start. That's our next doubleheader on here. Cards and Cubs, 2:20. We've only got a few more of those Wrigley Fridays left. I was looking at the schedule. I think there's the first pitch from Shugart here. Is a cutter to Mason Wynn. It's 1-0. Yeah, we got this Friday, and then there's 2 more. The 28th and the 11th of September. The 1-0 pitch. 1-1. One count. I haven't seen what the pitching matchup was, but we carry all the Cubs games on Friday in Wrigley. The 1-1 pitch. Lifted deep down the line, making the catch is Bryce Harper, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Cardinals put 2 more on the board. 7-1. We go to the 8th here in St. Louis.
$106 miles from Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink. When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription...
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
This is total BS!
Oh, yeah. I'm in the Lord.
You gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you've probably seen trouble.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Welcome back. Grassifo fires the first pitch. Curveball there, first strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 count, 7-1 your score, top of the 8th. Game 1 of our double dip. We're going to come on a little early tonight as the 0-1 fouls it back. It's 0-2. 6:45 is we've got the press conferences recorded for you leading into tonight's game. Hear from Walt Weiss. It was Walt Weiss, Ozzie, and I believe Martin Perez. The 0-2. This is high 1-2. Tonight it's Tyler Mahle. I'm excited to see what Mahle looks like the second time around. One-two count. See if the Braves had fixed him or if that was just a one-off. 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. Two count. Turns and kicks. Swing, pops it up. Kind of a golf shot there towards right field. Running in, making the catch is Jordan Walker, one away. First pitch upstairs to Kyle Schwarber, who's tied with Matt Olson. 35 home runs on the year. It's 0-1. What in the world is Chuck? He's talking about Captain Whitaker? Is that a Star Wars reference? It's got to be. The 0-1 pitch, swing, rolls it on the ground over to second. 4-3 on the putout, 2 down. Okay. Random. Random Denzel Washington movie reference. Trey Turner, the batter, 2 down. First pitch off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. Turns and kicks. Swing, chopper off the plate. 1-1. One count. Grassifo brings it. Swing, lifted. High into right field. Underneath it is Walker, and that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 7-1 St. Louis. They'll grab the bats when we return.
Do you see how that's incredibly offensive?
Yes, I do. That's why I said it. Just because I'm not doing anything doesn't mean I'm not busy. Doing nothing is a very thought out, planned activity for me. So
If we continue to accommodate, continue to back and retreat, where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness. Eventually, we have to face the final demand, the ultimatum. The martyrs of history were not fools, and our honored dead didn't die in vain.
Hi, y'all. It's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is marinara. How fast do you think that car get up to? About 120 marinara?
I love my wife to death, but don't ask questions you don't want answers to. She asked me this morning if I would take a bullet for her. Would I take a bullet for you? Yes, but we both know that you are 100% the reason we're getting shot at in the first place.
Philly was known as a great sports town if you performed. If you didn't perform, they would boo you in a minute.
Sports fans in other cities enjoy sports. Sports fans in Philadelphia derive their life's joy from the outcome of games from their teams.
If you're associated with the Philadelphia media or town, you look for the negatives. I don't know if there's something about their upbringing, or they have too many hoagies or too much cream cheese.
I think they appreciated him, but they wanted to see more emotions on your sleeve. I'm not saying he didn't want to win. He wanted to win as bad as I did, as bad as Bull did, as bad as anybody. But he kept things bottled up a lot. And I think he got punished for that by the fans.
You bum! You stink! You stink, you bum!
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Blaze Jordan, righty-righty matchup versus Shugart. Right there for a strike, it's 0-1. 0-1. Four-seam fastball 0-2. The OOT pitch, yeah, that's pretty funny. Upstairs. Man, that looked like a strike. One-two count, Blaze Jordan. Pitch on the way, caught looking, strike three. Backwards K in your scorecard as he was pinch hitting for Prieto. He'll stay at third base, you would assume. It's been a pretty darn good series until the back half of today's game. First pitch on the way is right there at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Turns and fires. Swing lifted. Out to right center field. And that's going to get down for a base hit. So a one-out single for the Cardinals. That'll bring Crooks to the plate. Righty-lefty, number 9 hitter Crooks. Shugart digging in. The first pitch inside. Gets him on the shoulder. And first and second now. With one out. So Crooks at first. Pereira at second. And the first pitch to Weatherholt. Strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. J.J. Weatherholt 1 for 2 with the 2 walks and a single to right. The 0-1 pitch upstairs misses high. 1-1. One count. Down and in cutter, 2-1. Real quick look at your scoreboard. Rays lead the A's top of the 5th, 7-2. Rockies 4-1 over the Diamondbacks in the top of the 4th. 4-1 the score there. The 2-1 down and in. 3-1. Giants lead the Astros 1-0 there in the 3rd. And the Brewers and Padres just underway. 1-0 Milwaukee in the bottom of the 2nd. Twins held on and beat the Orioles 7-5 in the early game today. Sinker right there at the knees on the 3-1. It's a full count to Weatherholt. Standing on deck is Herrera. Bottom of the 8th. Cardinals looking to try to blow this one wide open. The 3-2. Caught looking strike 3. Change up on the inner track, and there's 2 down. Second time today he's been caught looking on a pitch well in the zone. So that'll bring Herrera to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. He has scored 2 runs. First pitch on the way, down and away. Cutter misses. It's 1-0. 1-0. Check swing. Taken all the way for a strike, sinker. 1-1. Infield playing back into the left. A 1-1 pitch. Swing lifted. High into center field, going back on the track. At the warning track, making the catch at the wall, almost colliding into the wall for out number 3. We'll go to the 9th inning. 7-1 St. Louis. 3 more outs to drop the Braves' magic number to 33.
Where are you from?
I'm from Houston.
Oh, okay.
You ever been to Texas?
I haven't been there, but I heard I should go there. I heard everything's bigger in Texas.
I'd love to disappoint you.
Record me.
I'm not, dude.
No, don't.
I'm
I saw
not.
you
I'm recording me.
I saw you. Don't
I'm
point
doing
that
that.
camera at me.
I truly wasn't, dude.
You don't want to
I
know
truly
what's going to
wasn't.
happen to you.
I promise.
Okay, don't.
I promise.
Look, you don't know what's going to happen to you.
Don't.
I did not
Don't
give you
do that.
permission I did
Don't
not
do
give you
that.
permission.
No,
I'll whoop
no.
your ass, son. I'll whoop your.
Why would I record you with your New Balances
I'll put my
on?
New Balance in your ass. I will.
Those ain't even new.
I swear
And you ain't
to God,
got
I
no
will.
balance. Those
Little
are old
boy.
stumbles. What are you?
Little
What are you?
boy.
Don't come over here.
Little boy,
Don't.
what?
I wasn't recording you.
What are you gonna do?
I would rather be.
What are you
chill.
gonna do? Get out the car. Then.
I would rather be chill.
Get out the car.
Don't
I'm saying
do
get
it.
out the car.
Don't do it.
Damn, you big as
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah, I
Why
am.
you
I'm
so-
very big.
God, you big as hell.
I'm very
boy.
big.
I was playing.
Don't want these Gokus, dude.
Maris pulled himself together and slammed number 59 in the 3rd inning. The Yankees clinched the pennant. On September 26th, Maris hit his 60th, tying Babe Ruth. Then, for 3 games, nothing.
Fastball hit deep to right. This could be it. Way back there. Holy cow, he did it. 61 for Maris. Another standing ovation for Roger Maris.
His teammates would not let him back into the dugout until he acknowledged the applause. Roger Maris played for 7 more seasons, never hit as well again, suffered his own debilitating injuries, and was never forgiven for out-hitting the game's greatest hero.
Welcome back. Luis Gastelum coming on with the 7.36 ERA. So this game may not be over yet. Righty-lefty matchup. The heart of the order due up for the Phillies. Bryce Harper leading off first pitch. Swing and a miss at the changeup. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, fouls it back. 0-2 count. St. Louis leads it 7-1. The 0-2. Down and in, 1-2. One, two, four-seamer. Way outside wide, 2-2. 2-2 count. Harper, then Arias, and then Stott. So 3 left-handed batters. The pitch outside wide, full count. Not a game the Cardinals could afford to choke away here. Sitting 3.5 back in the wild card race. The Phillies directly in the lead. The 3-2. Outside wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Luis Arias, the batter, righty-lefty matchup, first pitch. Four-seamer right there for a strike. It's 0-1. I get the idea behind the fact that you got Bryce Harper leading off, but that's just a bad job by Crooks pitching around Harper when you're up by 6. The 0-1 pitch, swing, lifted, high into center field, going back on the track, just in front of the warning track, making the catch for a loud out number 1 is Nathan Church. Harper scampers back to first. You got to, when you're up by 6, you have to go right at him and look, if he beats you, he beats you. But then it's only a 5-run game. Like, you can't put free bases on the board. You give it an MLB team any sign of life with the talent that is on the field, you're just asking for trouble. Bryson Stott, the batter, first pitch swinging, slices it foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, swing. Chops it foul down the line. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Turns and brings it. Swing and a miss. Chase the changeup. Down and in. 2 down. Brian De La Cruz, the batter. First pitch swinging, chops it off his instep. It's 0-1. De La Cruz 0 for 1 on the day, lined out to right, pinch hitting for Marsh. His first time up. The 0-1 count. Swing and a miss over the sweeper. It's 0-2. Phillies down to their last strike. We'll see you again tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern. 6:45 we're coming on the air with the pregame interviews. 7:15 first pitch. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cardinals win 7-1. Cardinals win. 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors for St. Louis. 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error for the Phillies. For you Cardinals fans, We'll be back on the air Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern. Cardinals at the Cubbies. And for you Braves fans, we're back tonight at 6:45 Eastern. Braves versus Mets. For you baseball fans, we'll be here till the end of October, giving you Braves and everything else under the sun. Even trying to figure out if we can bring any kind of Little League World Series stuff, but I don't know how that schedule lays out. We'll see you tonight, y'all. Have a great one. Player of the game. Thanks, Jason. I almost forgot about that. Player of the game, we will give it to... Man, everybody just kind of chipped in. Go and give it to Alec Burleson, 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. As the Phillies win it 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error. St. Louis, 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors. We'll see you tonight. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern, and cold. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence, his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.